What's up, y'all? Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything lined up here. What I'm going to be doing is listing some stuff on eBay. So I figured I would go live because if you're a regular, content consumer of my channel, if you watch my videos, you've probably noticed that it's been a while since I made a video. I think it was like a month ago, and I've been trying. No, I'm not selling the hat, bro. I just bought this. I went on vacation. I went back to visit in Nashville a couple months ago. I got to go to a game. And I wanted a new hat, so I went there and bought a new hat. So no, I'm not selling the hat. They play tonight at 9 p.m. though, so I'm excited. We won last night. We won a crazy game last night. I didn't think we were going to win. Um, Colorado's, I think, the best team in the league right now, and so we beat the Avalanche. That was cool. But no, what I'm gonna be listing is a bunch of tools. But I'm going live to do this. This is kind of just an experiment. I'm just gonna try this out and see how it works because um, it's been a while since I uploaded a video like a month ago, and I talked about this more last year, like moving into the last quarter, how I have to figure out a way to be more consistent with making videos. And I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to sit here, sound like I'm making excuses, but I've just got a lot going on, and stopping and making a video, then editing the video. And, if it's a really short video, like I posted one earlier from like the security camera footage in my yard. It's like a 30-second clip. That's that's not hard to do. I can do that within 5 or 10 minutes. But the longer videos of me sitting here doing something, any kind of interaction like that, that's medium sized video or something like that. The editing and all the stuff that comes on with it, just it takes time, and it gets pushed off, and it just gets to where I'm going a few weeks to a month, sometimes longer now, without making a video. And my goal this year is to find a way to be more consistent. So that's what this is. I'm going to try it out and see how it works. Thank you, Sarah. Jesus loves you too. Jesus loves all of us, even though we don't deserve it. Thank you for that. But so yeah, I'm just going to try this out, and I'm just going to turn this on. Whoever comes, and if you want to interact with me or talk or anything like that, great. I don't know what to expect. Uh, I'm just gonna. I have to do this stuff anyway. I have to get this stuff listed. So I figured maybe the best thing to do is just to turn on live and do stuff, whatever I'm doing. So I'm not doing anything in the yard today. I'm not out there doing that. So it's kind of cold. We have a little cold front pushing through this week. So plus it's about to get dark. So I have a couple hours. I don't know how long I'll be on, but I'm just going to work on getting stuff listed. I'll show you the guys the stuff I'm listing as I list it. It's all going to be tools like sockets, hand tool like wrenches and sockets and stuff like that. This all came from a hardware store. Just a little backstory behind this stuff I'm listing tonight. A friend of mine's dad owned a hardware store, and he passed away last year, and so I'm helping my friend out. Um, I'm kind of selling this stuff. He doesn't have any platforms online, like he's not on eBay or anything like that. So he had all this stuff just kind of sitting around in storage, and he's like, "Hey, you help me sell this, and we'll split the uh, profits and all that kind of stuff." So yeah, that's what's going on. If you're new to the channel, if you're just seeing this like as a live and jumping in, the majority of my videos that I do on the channel, you're gonna see like centered around the reselling, eBay, and I have an Etsy store as well. And that's what I try to focus on when I make videos. But occasionally I do make other types of videos just about life in general, living in Louisiana. If I go and do anything cool, which it seems like nowadays I hardly ever get to go do anything cool. I'm always working. Um, but I did go on vacation. I mean, that was what, October, I think. I made a video vlog of that, just kind of, the stuff, some of the stuff along the way or whatever. But most of the time, if you're gonna see a video of mine, it's gonna be centered around the reselling because that's why I started YouTube. I was selling on Etsy and eBay, and it's a part-time venture, so I'm not one of those resellers that's doing this every day, all day. This is not my only thing. I have a full-time job, so I also have a side yard cutting business, and I have a couple other side things that I do. But the reselling, I wanted to get on YouTube because I feel like that would just grow my presence. That kind of thing. Get drive traffic. Whatever. People see this, they may see something. That I'm listing. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna go and I'll get it from your store. If y'all see anything on here, and I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but how eBay and Etsy and all that works. But I'm very big on people making me offers as long as it's something that the offer is still leaves me enough to make some kind of profit. So yeah, hit me up if you see something and it's like if you think you would like it, but maybe the price is a little too steep for you. I'm always willing to work with people and stuff if you see it in my shops for sale. The tools here, I'm kind of going as low as I can already because, like I said, I'm just helping my friend sell this, and this is already going to be split between him. So I don't know how much more. I mean, I can move down on some of these tools, but I mean, it doesn't hurt if you want to, just ask or whatever. I understand that, and you never know. I can maybe come off a little bit, but I'm not pricing them very high um, to begin with, so there's not a lot of room for like some stuff. If I'm listing a regular item and I look online, what I normally do is look for the item and find the highest uh, listing I can find for that item, and then find like the lowest, and I try to go in the middle. I start in the middle, and then depending on if mine's like a really good condition, I may move up a little bit past the middle. But if it's conditions a little worse than what I'm seeing on the average, then I'll move down the other way. But generally, I like to stay in that middle range. Um, I'm not trying to get the highest top dollar on every single item I can, because I realize you can do that. But I feel like as a consumer myself, and I go on eBay and I go on these sites and buy stuff, I'm gonna try to find the item that if I see two of the same thing, I'm gonna try to buy the one that's less. So unless there's a huge difference in condition or something like that, I'm always gonna go for the one that's a little cheaper. Why pay $30 for something when you can buy the same item for 20? So I try to do that when think like that when I'm listing things. I realize there's these people that have the same item, they're going to probably get more for it, but it may take them longer. And I realize there's people who have the same item who's offering less, and they may be selling it quicker. But I just try to consider my time that I'm putting into it, and whatever money I have into it and stuff like that when I do it. So hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions while I'm doing this, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. I'll answer anything. I'll stop if you want to, if you want me to show you something. I've kind of got just everything laid out here behind me. I kind of been working on these tools, listing these tools for like the last few days. So I kind of got I got a package for each one of them and all that kind of stuff already done. So what I'm going to be doing today mostly is going to be taking the pictures and going and actually making the listing on whatever site it is, eBay or Etsy or whatever. So that'll be what I'm doing. If y'all are wondering, like when I'm over here, if I'm turning that way, I'm just taking the picture. I'm still around. I'll still be probably still be able to see me, but I'm not going to bring the camera with me and show you every single thing I'm doing. I'm just going to have it like on a little tripod right now, and I have my hands free to do stuff. So I think that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, if you have any questions on anything, just feel free to drop it in the chat, and I'll try my best to answer whatever I can see that comes along as far as questions go. That's pretty much it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then just I guess as people come in, then I'll talk. Sorry about the noise. Double speakers going on. What's up, everybody? As you come in, if you want to chat, just hit me up in the chat and I'll communicate with you, interact with you that way. If you weren't here in the beginning, what I'm doing is I'm listing stuff. So I just turned this on. I'm trying to be more consistent with making videos, and right now, actually recording videos and editing and all that is just kind of tough. I've got a lot going on. So I'm trying this. I'm trying to do the live thing, and maybe that's a better way to go live. And when I can do like long form videos where I can record and all that, I can do it. But in the meantime, at least I'll be more consistent with putting something out. So that's what this is. You're free to interact, whatever, in the chat. If you have any questions on anything, mostly what I'm listing, actually all of what I'm listing is tools. These are wrenches. I have sockets and stuff like that. Um, I'm taking pictures and I'm getting everything ready. So I'm gonna be going to eBay and making the listings and getting them out there and all that stuff. But these tools came from a hardware store that closed down. It was my friend. His father passed away. He ran that hardware store, so I'm helping him. I'm going to sell the tools for him, and we'll split the profits. So that's what I'm doing. If you have any questions, if you just come in and see me and you don't know what's going on, that's what's going on. So. If you're just coming in, I'm gonna just kind of repeat this every so often because I see people, the number rises and falls. If people come in and they'll leave, whatever. So I'm just gonna say this every so often. If you're wondering what's going on here, um, my channel is based primarily on like sharing my reselling journey. Anything that has to do with listing, selling, going through stuff, whatever, all that kind of stuff. So with all the other stuff I have going on right now, it's very difficult for me to make videos, sit down, edit them, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gotten to the point where I'm not as consistent as I want to be with videos. So I'm doing this, trying this out. This is like an experiment. I'm gonna just go live and then do what I got to do, and I'm doing listing and all that kind of stuff. People want to come in and ask questions or whatever. The video will go, on my channel for somebody to watch later as well. But just every so often, I'm going to say that for the new people that are just coming in that's kind of maybe wondering what's going on here. Because some people just come in and they watch for a minute or two or whatever, probably don't say anything in the chat and then just kind of like bail out. So, if you're sitting in here and you keep hearing me say the same thing, that's what I'm doing. Until someone interacts, with me in the chat, I'm just going to say that every so often. So, um, maybe the people who are just coming in and out or whatever will know what's going on. I really wish somebody would interact in the chat, though. It actually, it'll make the video more interesting, and it's a little easier than just sitting here, recording myself moving around and, in the quietness. So hopefully some people will come in and, I don't know, maybe they'll be bored or whatever and just want to talk or chat or whatever. So we'll see. But that's what's going on here. This is an experiment. I'm learning as I'm doing this because I'm managing multiple different things. I'm taking pictures. I'm going to be doing the listings, all that kind of stuff at the same time as running the live and everything. So I'm actually learning that I can do certain things that I didn't know I could do before at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense, but like this is cool. And I'm probably gonna stay live for I don't know, hour or two, something like that. Preds game, I believe, starts at like 8 or 9. I'll have to look. I think it's 9. Maybe that's 9 Eastern. I'm in Central Time Zone, so maybe it's another 8 o'clock start. The one last night I think was 8 o'clock start. But um, sometime before that, I'm gonna stop and eat dinner and chill out and watch the Preds game. So I don't know when that'll be. I'm just gonna do it, just keep working, and then, like I said, I'm doing this anyway, so I figured I would just go live. It'll give me a chance to put out some more content because I don't have to edit anything. I mean, you're seeing the raw here. You're not getting an edited video where like in some of the other videos I do, I try to clean them up and all that kind of stuff. This is just what it is. So please feel free to interact in the chat. I'm gonna be doing this stuff and working and doing all this stuff, and it'll give me something to do while I'm doing this to visit and chat with people, and also, like I said, it makes the video more interesting. I don't want to just keep talking and rambling this whole video because this will be available later, and if somebody watches this later, it's going to be a very boring live video to watch if it's just me just kind of rambling to myself without any interactions from anybody. So. If you pop in here and you don't know what's going on, ask me in the chat and I'll let you know. That way I know who's actually interested in hearing me explain it again. I've never watched a YouTube live like this, so I don't know what this looks like from y'all's perspective. I've never watched someone who was just sitting there working and having, just like the live being on them while they're doing stuff. So let me know your opinion on this. Is this cool to watch or no? Is this kind of boring or whatever? Are you enjoying the content? I guess is what I'm asking. But I'm just curious your perspective because I watch a lot of YouTube, but I don't think I've ever watched someone who was just kind of working and maybe I have. I think I watched a reseller one time that was packaging stuff, like not necessarily like taking pictures and listing, but more like packaging. I don't know. I think I maybe have. I can't remember, but just curious your perspective on this kind of video. Say what's up if you're in the chat. Let me know you're here. Talk to me. Give me some company while I'm doing this stuff. And talk about whatever you want. Ask questions, whatever. Well, y'all are a quiet crowd. Y'all just like to watch, huh? Y'all don't want to talk or chat. You don't want to type, I guess. Is the maybe you can't type. Maybe there's something going on with y'all. Y'all can't type. Your hands are not free. I hope they're not bound. I hope you're not in trouble. If you are, put a star in a comment or something. Let me know how I can help you. Call the ambulance or something. 911. I'll call 911 for you and tell them you want to order a pizza. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? If somebody kidnaps you, tell your kidnapper you're going to order a pizza because you're enjoying yourself and you just want to, you're enjoying getting to know them and you think it'd be cool to share a pizza or whatever, and you just dial 911 when they're not looking and start acting like you're ordering a pizza. Tell them your location. Isn't that what you're supposed to do if you get kidnapped? I think so. I'm not mad at y'all for not chatting, but just kind of I'm thinking like that's odd. Like what would I don't know. I can see if I was doing something like really, really entertaining, like if I was juggling like squirrels or something, and you don't want to chat, you just want to sit there and watch. But I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of like working, and that can't be very entertaining. So I don't know. Maybe it is, but it seems like if it was me and I was on this kind of live or somebody was just, I'd want to chat a little bit, talk, say something. Maybe that's just me. I just listed this little guy right here. It's a 15 millimeter socket. It's for a 3/8 drive. So if you need one of those, check out my eBay store. And this is I know this is not the 10 millimeter. That's like the one everybody wants. I actually brought these to a. They're brand new. I mean, they were in the store, never used. It's just. Oh, I'm trying to get it to focus. It's not focusing, but kind of is a little bit. But um, they were just put in storage after the store closed. So um, I did bring some of them to a. See that? I don't know why the front wants to get blurry, but um, so there's like these little trade days, whatever you want to call them, places where you can go and kind of set up like a little booth or whatever. And I did that, and I sold a bunch of like I've probably got about half left from what I had in the beginning, and I sold a bunch like that. Just people, stopping at at this our booth or whatever, and like buying them like that. But I haven't been able to go to those, and I don't know. It's been a couple months, so they still. I know of a couple of them. They still have them. They're still happening. One's like every once a month. There's another one that's every weekend, and then there's another one I think that's like every weekend. But I haven't went to that one before. But with everything else going on, like I'm just gonna go ahead and list what I have left on like eBay and stuff like that. So they're also cross posted on my Etsy. So if you shop on either one of those, you can go in there and look at it. But yeah, I'm working on this, and once I get done with the rest listing the rest of these tools, then I'll get into. I don't know if y'all can see behind me, but Not the fishing stuff. That's if y'all watch the channel, y'all know I like to fish and I fish in fishing tournaments and stuff like that as often as I can. But the other stuff, like on that side and on this side, I know the easel's in the way right now, but there's a lot of other stuff on the floor. Just disregard that stuff. Some of that stuff is actually going to be sold. Actually, I think the things in the boxes are other stuff that I'm going to be selling. I don't remember what's in there. I think that American Standard, that's like the back. That's a box. I reuse boxes. That's like when you order like a toilet, not the part you sit on, but like the back part. Like you can order that separate. That's what that box was from. And I'm just using it. I think what's in there, if I remember right, is one of those metal. Most all this stuff is like vintage or antique or whatever. Um, but something you put beside like the couch. It's got like a metal handle and it's like a basket, and you can put magazines and books in it and whatever. And so I just like go in there and I find a box for whatever item I'm trying to ship, and like I've got a few lined up. Y'all can see this shelf. Y'all can't see the shelf on the other side of the fishing stuff, but there's some over there that kind of has the same type of stuff, like this glassware, plates, stuff like that. But there's some other stuff too over there. But I'm trying to get through the tools tonight. I think I'm gonna be able to at least get. I'm not gonna get them all listed, but I'll at least get all the pictures done tonight, and I'll probably list a couple. And, whatever, one or two. Like I said, I'm gonna be getting off of here, and I'm gonna go grab something to eat and watch the Predators game when it comes on. I need to check and see real quick what time that comes on so I don't miss it. I think it's. I know it's 9. I looked earlier, but I don't remember if that was Eastern or Central. I think it's 9 Central. That's a late game. Wow. I mean, hockey does have late games. It's not un- totally unusual, but if you're used to watching stuff like football and that kind of thing, that like if you're out in the west, if you live like here in the central time zone, or maybe like the eastern time zone, and your like favorite team is out west, then yeah, you probably are used to watching games late. Or if you just like watching like football, college football. I don't really watch NFL football. Um, I'm just not an NFL fan. I like college football, college baseball, um, pro baseball, national hockey, the pro hockey. Um, I watch some other sports sometimes, depending on if it's playoffs and stuff like that. But Astros don't start up until March, I think. I know spring training starts March, and then LSU baseball doesn't start up until February, mid-February, I think. First game. So national championship in football and college football is tomorrow night. I'll watch that, even though LSU's not in it. I'm still gonna watch it. I'm pulling for Indiana. I don't have anything against Miami. It would be cool to see them, for them to win too, because I know, right, it's like, wants to say the U's back and all that, and it just, I like Indiana's story. I like what they did this year. They, just some people are not a fan of having the smaller, even the like whenever James Madison and Tulane, got in. There's a lot of people who are not fans of that. They don't think that you should put those teams in because, like what happens this year, they neither one of them made it out of the first round. So people, their argument is, you could have put two bigger schools in, from, the normal pool, like the people that made the playoffs, the bigger schools. Um, and I get that, and it's like, oh, it would have been better games, or we want to see the top teams. I get all that, but I like there to be a chance for the smaller teams. And I know Indiana's in our, our they're not like one of the smaller schools. They're in the same, group of 5 schools. They're a program that they have they're in the same schedule as they play big teams and all that kind of stuff, and they had to go through a schedule like that. And some of these other smaller schools do too, but the argument is just that the competition is different. But if you look at Indiana and you look at the how they performed in football, at least in basketball, they're always pretty good, but in football, the same can be said about them. Like how many times if Indiana, played these bigger schools, I know this year is different, but like just look at the past. That's why I think you should let smaller schools play against. Like I'd love that they give two spots to the smaller schools outside the group of five, because Indiana, case in point, if those schools are having that kind of year where they just got you know a historic team, I think they should have a shot at it like everyone else. So that's why I like that. So that's why I'm pulling for Indiana. It has nothing to do with liking one team better than the other. Like they're neither one of them are my team, so it's not about that. I hope Indiana can pull it out, but that'll be tomorrow night. But tonight the Predators play at 9. So at some point I will jump off of here and you know get something to eat and settle in and watch the Preds game. But I don't know. I'm gonna at least get all the pictures taken, and like I said, I'm gonna list a few things. So that's probably gonna take, I don't know, an hour or so, probably more, something like that. But like I said, I know people are coming in and out. I'm seeing the number rise and fall, but just this is gonna look very silly later on if I post this for people to watch, and it's just me talking, and I'm not interacting with anyone in the chat. So please, if you come in, interact in the chat. And I'm just trying this out. If this doesn't work, or like I feel like this is, I don't know, like this is just not what people want to see, or I'm not getting good response, whatever. I may not do this anymore. I don't know. Like I said, this is an experiment tonight. I'm just seeing how it goes. Since I'm doing this stuff already, I have to get this stuff listed, and I don't have time to record it all and then try to find a time the next few days. Like once I finish this, once I stop, I'm gonna be eating dinner and watching the Preds. Shortly after that. Once tonight ends, I'm not gonna come back in here later on after the Preds game for sure. It'll be bedtime, but later on tomorrow I've got stuff going on, and then like I said, it's a game tomorrow night I want to watch, and then we roll into or I'm sorry, that's Monday. No, tomorrow I have something else to do. Tomorrow's Sunday. Monday night's the national championship. Sorry. So the point is, 3 or 4 days will pass very quickly, and I won't get it uploaded. So that's why I'm doing it this way. And who knows, that sometimes that 3 or 4 days, the way I'm thinking right now, ends up turning into a week or 2 weeks. Or I think that I looked on there earlier. The last one I posted was like a month ago. So I quickly posted another little short camera footage video from like my security cameras. It's like a little 30-second clip of like deer, just to, like I said, stay active. I'm trying to figure out a way to balance everything I've got going on at the same time. I don't want to give up on the YouTube side of this. The whole reason I started it was to be a part of an extension basically of my reselling venture, and so I still feel that it can be an asset to me, but I've just got to find a way to incorporate it, find a way to be consistent. And if this is it, if it's going live, that way I'm not having to edit anything and do all that stuff that takes extra time. That's what's holding me back from making more videos. Now, if I'm out somewhere and I see something or whatever, and like I don't feel like it's like a live moment, but whatever, and I can record a little video or something, that's different. But just stuff like this, when I'm just sitting here working and listing stuff, I feel like this might be a good way to do it. So. I'm gonna go grab another water. Be right back. Say hi if you're in the chat. It'll make this a lot more entertaining than just sitting here watching me. I can interact with you and talk or whatever. This is going to be the most boring YouTube video ever, I think. People in the future who are watching this later on when it just gets published, leave a comment. Let me know. Like, did you actually sit here and watch this? I don't know. It feels boring to me to watch. Like I'm doing what I have to do. Like I'm just working. So I mean that part. I mean, what can you do? You have to do it, right? But I mean, like the video itself. Like, I'm gonna post this. I mean, I just can't imagine someone being that bored, having absolutely. I mean, you have games on your phone. If you get that bored, like I don't know. I just can't imagine somebody just sitting there watching. But I don't know. Maybe people like that. Just people watch. But sure wish there was some interaction in the chat. People would, say stuff, say hi, say something. I don't know. This is an experiment, so we'll see how it works. Definitely ain't going viral with one of these videos. I know that. Last one for the pictures anyway. Then I have to still have to list the ones I got pictures of, but this portion of the you know, getting everything listed will be done. So 19 millimeter. This is made by Great Neck. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of that brand, but I have Crescent and Great Brand. This is, I mean, Great Neck. Sorry, Great Neck. 19 millimeter combo wrench. Say hi in the chat if you want to interact. It'll make the video a lot better for the people who watch it later. Um, if you are not interacting, it's gonna be a very boring video. Ask me what I'm doing. Ask me questions, whatever you want. Don't just sit back and be shy. Nothing else, just hit the thumbs up, subscribe, something. I see numbers, but I don't see anything. I don't see any you know, interaction at all. So I don't know. Are y'all just quiet people watchers? Y'all don't like to interact? Are y'all the people that sit on the benches and just watch people go by all day? Look at what they're wearing, stuff like that. I'm wearing my Preds hat. We have a game tonight. It's a late game, 9 o'clock p.m. I think we play Vegas tonight. Vegas Knights, I think. We played Colorado Avalanche last night. We won that one 7-3. Cool, fun game. I enjoyed it. And we're fighting for a wild card, so every time we win, I think we were at 58 points last night. We got 2 points for the win, so we're at 48. It brought us to 50. San Jose, I think, and Utah are ahead of us for the wild card. I don't remember what their points are, but they're like 51, 52, somewhere around there. I think San Jose lost the last game. I don't know about Utah when they play. Again, have to look at their schedule, but I mean, we still have quite a bit of hockey left in the season. So I mean, we have time, but I would much rather be in the spot and at least have in the wild card and fighting to keep it than be in a position where we're just fighting to get into it. I'd feel more comfortable if we were at least in one of those wild cards. But who knows? Maybe we can move up even further and out of the wild card and just into the into like a secure playoff spot. But Yeah, tonight at 9 p.m. I think it's ESPN. It's one of the ESPN two, three. I don't know. I can't remember. But some regional. If you want to watch it, I'm sure some of the regional sports channels will have it on. I would go live and show, like, have like show it and like make a video doing that, but I don't. I think they cut you off or whatever, and I'm not even monetized yet. My channel is really small, but I don't want to make them mad, and you know, when I'm trying to grow and have a reason for them to copyright strike me and all that kind of stuff. Um, if you're a member of my channel, like if you actually watched videos of mine in the past, the vacation blog that I uploaded, that was from my trip in October. I got a copyright strike on that video when I uploaded it. And all it was, I mean, the whole video you can see is I have the phone in the car, set up while I'm driving. I'm talking every now and then. If I do something, I'll show something outside the vehicle wherever I was. But it was literally just me the whole time. I did go to the hockey game, like I did stuff like that. Went to the LSU game, and I showed some footage for that. But the part that got copyrighted was one of like the scene of me in the car by myself, and I don't even remember the name of, because it tells you who's putting the copyright claim against you or whatever. And it was some it's I don't even recognize the name, but it kind of seemed like some other YouTuber or something. Maybe that's the way they do their blogs. I don't know. Maybe this person thinks I look like him. I don't know. But how can you copyright strike my face? Like it was just me driving and literally talking to my. That was weird. So, but anyway, I refuted it, or whatever you want to call it. Like um, I sent the thing in saying, "Hey, this is not a copyright strike. This is literally me or whatever." They took it off. Like they sent me a thing saying, "Yeah, you're cool and everything," but I'm just like, that's ground. I didn't have the radio on, nothing. Um, or if I was showing something, somebody else's, but I don't know, but just me and my face, like somebody out there was claiming that I stole their footage of my own face. So I don't know. That's just weird. But I won. Like they took all the flag off or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point right now anyway because I'm not big enough. I don't have you have to meet those milestones to get, uh, monetized, and I'm not there yet. So it's not like it's costing me money or anything yet. But that's just weird. Has that ever happened to any of y'all? Um, I don't know. That was really my first true copyright strike. Like the other one, I had one time, but I know what it was. Like I was doing a whatnot show, um, and I went ahead and streamed YouTube live at the same time as doing my whatnot. Which whatnot, if you don't know what that is, that's like it's a selling platform where you can run live auctions. So like I can set up and run stuff, and if you're on the whatnot app, if you purchase it through there, everything is handled by the app. So it's like an online kind of garage sale type deal. And that night I think it was leading up to Christmas. I think the majority of the things I was selling that night were like Christmas themed ornaments and things like that. So I had some Christmas music in the background. It was a CD. It was like a mixed CD that somebody had made me years ago, and it was just a bunch of different Christmas songs. And I get that. Like they were like the copyright strike was saying, the artist. I totally understand that. Like again, I'm small enough to where like I'm not even monetized yet, so I don't guess it's really hurting me. I just don't want to do things that give them a bad taste in their mouth for me. So later on when I do get big enough, when I grow up, they'll not have any reason to not like me and or have problems with me. So yeah, remember this guy, the copyright guy that's always getting copyright strikes. But so that does it for the photo portion of the night. I'm going to turn all these lights over here, the little photo booth. One day I'll show you all the whole little. My photo setup is just really nothing. It's really cheaply made. I didn't buy like anything on the internet photo booth you see like people sell. What I did is I went and got they're not poster board. They're don't know. I can't remember what you call them. They're like almost like cardboard, but they're like poster board, but they're thick. Like there's particle. No, not particle board. It's something else. It's called a poster board or something like that. But and then I had some. I had ordered online. Um, Kind of like linoleum, but it's more for like cabinets and stuff, if or drawers or something. If you know what I mean. If you buy it for like a cabinet drawer, you can open it up and lay it inside or something. That's what I've always seen it used for. Um, I don't even know. It's an adhesive. I don't know, background or well, I don't know what you want to call it. Like I said, it's like linoleum, but it's not linoleum. That's for the floor, but it's similar. Wallpaper, kind of, I guess, but it's not for the walls. I don't think. I don't think people would put this on their wall. Maybe, but I just stuck it to those boards and made like a. If you go look at any of my pictures on eBay, most all of them have that, like the bottom, and you can do different ones. I mean, that's why I bought the different poster boards because I can put, like one side he put a big, cover one with adhesive or whatever of one style. Whatever, like there's slate and wood, whatever you want to do, you can interchange them and make different kinds of photos. But I do have an idea for my next photo booth. I have a bunch of other stuff to do, so I don't know when exactly I'm gonna get around to it. This stuff, I have a whole lot of other stuff more to list. I have a bunch of stuff outside I have to do. I gotta get my garden going. My goal is by the time the spring comes, I don't know how much stuff I'll have planted in it, but I want to have that area cleaned out, and I want to have the garden like established. And I want to try to plant something. Just first year, I don't know how much I'll get done, but I mean, it'll grow and I'll keep adding to it. But I at least want to get it established. That's another goal of mine. So, but at some point, I have something in the shop in there. I'm not going to tell you about it now. It's going to be a surprise. But I'm going to have something that I think will make a really cool photo booth. Just maybe put that in your mind. Some of you kind of might smell what I'm getting at, but I think it'll be cool. And I'm gonna make that, and then I have some other things I want to do in here with the setup, and but I think I'm gonna try that, and I'll probably put it like over there next to like that wall that's next to that shelf. Um, I don't know yet. There's things I want to do in here, and I have a lot of ideas, but I haven't 100% made up my mind as far as what I want to do. Uh, we'll see. All right. Okay, I'm gonna work on the listing part of it now. And again, like I'm happy y'all are here watching, but like I wish y'all would show me that y'all are alive. Like do something. Hit a like, hit a thumbs up. Um, say something in the chat. Something. Like I could talk and interact while I do this stuff. You know. I'm gonna plug my phone in. Sorry if I'm getting in the way. I don't want it to die. So y'all are not gonna talk to me at all, huh? In the chat, y'all just gonna sit there and watch. I mean, I guess that's y'all's prerogative. Y'all can do what y'all want, right? Feel free to say hi in the chat. I can talk while I do this. It'll be a lot more entertaining. Y'all say hi in the chat. I'm about to get off of here. I'm kind of done listing what I'm going to list for tonight, but I'll stay on a little bit more and chat. If anybody wants to talk, hit me up. If not, hit the like, subscribe. Thanks for the hearts. All right. Guess I'm done. See y'all in the next one.